love. Why does Adonai call us to do that? So we can not just believe in Him, that we can manifest what He does, who gave up His Son. Does Adonai call us sometimes to have a heart and a compassion for a broken person who has no reason to be blessed? And we do something like Rebecca did. I'm bringing you to the Father. If I'm wrong, let the curse be on me. How many have somebody that did that for you? When you were in a state of brokenness and somebody said, I am bringing you to the Father to be blessed. If I'm wrong about you, I don't care what the world is saying. Let the curse be on me if I'm wrong. Manifesting Yeshua. Manifesting Yeshua. It's just that simple. It's all about that fruit. About that fruit. About that fruit.
About that fruit.
It's all about that fruit. All about.
What is the fruit? I've said it before. It's not that complex. Love, joy, patience, self-control, peace,
Kindness.
Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. 9. It's just that simple. The world is starving for fruit. Starving for fruit. Our enemies are starving for fruit. We do a lot of conversing. We do a lot of arguing, especially in political election times. But even the ones that we have no agreement with are starving to eat the fruit that carries the seed. Starving for it. Religion, Christianity, Messianic Judaism, we do a good job at speaking about Yeshua to others, which has its value, but greater value is being Him, so people can eat the fruit of the Spirit, which contains seed. That is exactly the same seed that was planted in you. Creation eagerly awaits the manifestation of the sons of God. And the world is starving because it's eating too much seedless fruit from Yeshua's body. So we enter into this portion in the Torah of Esau. We have not seen Esau in 20 years. The last we saw Esau, was when Jacob dressed himself as him, so he kind of took the blessing from him. Esau was like, "No! Daddy, don't you have anything left for me?" Thank you, Peter. Thank you for the laugh.
You're welcome.
You have anything left? Anything left? And Jacob's like, I got nothing left. I gave it to him and it's going to stay because it didn't come through me. If it wasn't me, if it was me, I could just give it to you, but I can't. It was from my father. It went to Jacob. I can't do anything. Don't you have anything for me, Dad? At that time, he didn't even want any more lentils. So his father said, yeah, I got something for you. You're going to serve your brother. You're going to be away from the fat of the land. You're going to have the opposite blessing of him. But one day you'll break his yoke off of your neck. What? No! He was like Luke Skywalker. I am your father. No! Says that he yelled, like a big yell, you know? That's how I see it. No! So then he had the great idea. Because if he wasn't going to get the blessing of being the firstborn son, the normal way, he's going to do it the other way. When Dad dies, I'm killing him. And then I'll be the only son, and I gotta get the blessing that way. Well, Mom heard about that one. Jacob, your brother's going to kill you once Dad dies. Get the heck out of here. Now. Just go. Go find yourself a wife. Go find yourself a good Jewish woman.
I was just going to say,
a good Jewish woman. Don't marry a shiksa whenever your brother Esau married a shiksa, and she bothers the heck out of her. I can't get a Hittite shiksa woman. Don't marry a young Jew. Go marry somebody from our own family, please.
you're all right, Susie.
And don't go too far. Don't go too far, so I'm going to miss you so much. Move back to New Jersey, please. Move back to New Jersey. I love you, Brian. I love you, Brian. I love you, Brian. The heck are we talking about here? So Jacob flees, and we know what happened. He found his way to Padan Aram, finds himself a wife, finds himself another wife, finds himself another wife, finds himself another wife. That's my boy. That's me too old Jewish. Has himself 12 kids, 12 boys, 1 girl. Had to work 14 years for them, worked 7. We know the story for Rachel, but he wound up getting Leah. Because what comes around goes around. He tricked his brother, and he gets tricked. That's in the Bible, right? What comes around goes around? Something like that. Had to work another 7 years to have Rachel. And then, he needed some flocks. It was time to go, but he was kind of empty-handed. So then he pulled some trickery with his uncle Laban, where he made sure that the strong sheep, were speckled and spotted. Because he said, I'm only going to take the speckled and spotted ones because those are the weak ones, the less valuable ones. So he kind of took the strong ones and made them speckled and spotted. Did some genetic engineering kind of thing. So he wound up pummeling Laban. That took 6 years. 20 years, this whole thing took. We haven't heard boo from Esau. What happened to Esau in those 20 years, we don't know. But we do have a little hint. Because God, after 20 years, told Jacob, time to go back to the land of your fathers. Land of your fathers. So there he was, in Padan Aram, and he had to go back to the land of his fathers. And between Padan Aram and the land of his fathers in Canaan, there stood a little territory called Seir. And wouldn't you know it, it so happens to be where our hairy hero Esau settled 20 years ago. So he had to pass through the territory of his brother, and last he heard of his brother wanted him dead. But God said, you have to go to the land of your fathers, and in between here and there was Esau, and he had to go through it. And this is how Adonai works, because God is a God of restoration, not a God of division. So if he's going to go to the land of his fathers, he has to go through the territory of Esau and have a confrontation that he does not want. He can't avoid it. There's no other way around it. he's got to go through it. So he first has some confidence. An angel met him. He said, "This is the house of the Lord, the camp of the Lord." Because an angel met him. Hallelujah! "Go, messenger, and tell Esau that his brother's coming." Probably was all confident. Messenger comes back. "He's coming your way with 400 men." So much for the confidence. So we know what he did. He separated his camps like a chicken. The funny thing is, you read the Jewish commentaries, our Jewish people, they don't want to talk bad about the patriarchs ever. Everything they did was great. You know, and so if you read the Jewish commentaries about what Jacob did at that moment, it's like he did the best thing. He was all strategizing, you know, it was all this perfect strategy. I tell you, there was no strategy there. He was chicken. He put his, like a wimp, he put like his wife that he hated the most, or didn't like the most, put them in the front, then separated, you know, by the people he loved. And the ones he loved, he kept back. You know, what a wimpo. You know? And so you know, and each one had gifts. He gave the one in front some chocolates. He gave the next one like a bouquet of flowers. He gave the next one, you know, a brand new car. You know, the gifts kept getting better and better. You know, and maybe if he'll just accept the gifts and drive away. Didn't happen. Finally runs in to Esau. And Esau, who 20 years ago wanted to kill him, ran to him and cried and embraced him and cried on his shoulder. And then Jacob cried and said, "Seeing your face, my enemy, seeing your face is like seeing the face of God." It's not enough to just believe. Even for Esau, he had to manifest God. Divine love. Divine forgiveness. Jacob never could have realized that over those 20 years, something could have happened in the heart of Esau to make him forgive him. So he loved him. A few days before this event, Jacob, because he separated everybody in the camps, he was finally left all alone. And he wrestled with an angel. They had a wrestling match. Do we know the story of a wrestling match? Eventually, daybreak happened, and the wrestling match ended because the angel, who could have kicked his butt from the beginning, finally just went doink into his hip. That was the end of that. But he named the place Peniel, face of God, because he saw God. He wrestled with God and with man and survived. And he saw divine. He saw God. God said, "You can't look at me face to face. You're going to die." He said, "I saw God and lived. So I'm calling the place Peniel, face of God." Well, what did that mean? What does it mean to see the face of God? Was it just that he saw the angel? Was it just that he wrestled with God? Did he see Yeshua? It was a prophecy of what was about to happen. Because he called that place Peniel, face of God. Moments later, he encountered his enemy.